Please state your full legal name for the record.
Yes, my name is Jose Francisco Baez.
Do you swear? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I swear.
Please describe for the court your educational background.
Well, I have a PhD in forensic psychology from Walden University.
How many times have you been an expert witness?
I've been required to give expert testimony around 15 times.
How much are you getting paid for your testimony today?
Regarding this case of Mr. Bumble, I am getting paid $6,000.
Do you perform an evaluation to Mr. Bumble?
Yes, sir.
Why were asked to evaluate Mr. Bumble?
The referral question was to assess Mr. Bumble's ability to understand what is going on during this trial. In other words, I was asked to assess him for his competency to stand trial.
What legal definition is applicable to the referral question that you're addressing when assessing Mr. Bumble?
Well, according to Title 18 of the United States Code, Section 41, I've been asked to evaluate Mr. Bumble in order to see if he understands the proceedings he is going through.
What procedure and or test did you perform during the evaluation?
Well, I proceeded to evaluate Mr. Bumble through various tests. For example, I did the Minnesota Multifaceted Personality Inventory. That's a psychometric test of adult personality and also of psychopathology. We tried also the Bender Motor Gestalt test. And this test, what we do is try to evaluate visual motor skills, simple motor skills, and perceptual ability. We also did the personality assessment inventory. And there in this test, what we try to do is evaluate the respondent's personality, his psychopath, if there is a presence of psychopathology, and consider risk factors that are not captured in psychiatric diagnosis. I also assessed him with the Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale, where we evaluated his verbal IQ, his performance IQ, his full scale IQ. And as a secondary part of this test, we try to evaluate verbal components, working memory, his ability to organize perception, and also his processing speed. And one final test we did, we did three other tests. We did the competency to stand trial for defendants with mental retardation. We just wanted to see his ability to understand basic legal concepts. And finally, I did the MacArthur Competence Assessment Tool of Criminal Adjudication.
What were the results of your evaluation?
Results of these tests indicate that Mr. Bumble does not have an adequate understanding of these proceedings which he's in. And also, we identified some type of mental retardation that doesn't allow him to understand what is going on at an adequate level.
Why do you believe that Mr. Bumble is competent, not competent to stand trial?
Reality is that Mr. Bumble presents some low level of intellectual functioning. And because of this, he will present some type of difficulty in understanding basic legal concepts, and by the same token, he will have difficulty in being able to participate in an adequate manner in these proceedings.
Did you arrive at the diagnosis for Mr. Bumble?
Well, yes. I understand that he is not competent to stand trial.
What is, the, what is your diagnosis?
Well, I understand that Mr. Bumble has a type of mental retardation that doesn't allow him to, in an adequate form, to understand our proceedings.
Can you describe for the court the reasons for that diagnosis?
Well, the reason for these tests is that through these assessment tools, which I use to evaluate Mr. Bumble, they manifest that he has low intellectual functioning. And by this low level of intellectual functioning, there are things, basic concepts that which he will not be able to understand, and he will not be able to assist counsel.
Is that diagnosis considered to be a mental disease or defect?
Well, really, what I see in Mr. Bumble is a result of a mental defect. Mental retardation is not considered a disease. It's it's a defect of the functioning of the brain.
Why? Do you believe Mr. Bumble understand the proceeding today?
No, it is in my opinion that he does not understand the proceedings going on today.
Okay, why? Do you think Mr. Bumble understand what he charged with?
No, due to his mental retardation and his low level of intellectual functioning, I do not understand that he really comprehends uh, what these proceedings are and really what is going on in today's proceeding.
Do you think Mr. Bumble can work with his attorney to successfully defend himself?
Due to his low level of intellectual functioning, I think he could help, but not at the level that is expected of somebody in legal proceedings.
So, do you have any other information about Mr. Bumble that you feel will be helpful for to the court?
No, I don't.
Thank you. So my step. So my, thank you. So my step down.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.